The Sisters Grimm podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Please listen at your own discretion. Tiptoe through the window.
The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
The most notorious serial killer in the nation, the Night Stalker.
The Boston Strangler.
The Son of Sam. The infamous Zodiac Killer.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Get away from her, you bitch!
Welcome to the Sisters Grimm podcast.
How'd you do this? Show you.
Hello, everyone. This is the Sisters Grimm podcast. I am Holly Freeberg, and I'm here with Morgan Freeberg.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am.
This is Morgan, who has strep again.
Yeah.
So
strep.
if I sound like really bad, it's because
Morgan sounds like
I think
Danny
I need my
Glover.
tonsils removed.
Yeah, no, that's actually their.
I know.
They don't want people to do that. Were you
Wait,
the
what
one
do you
who
mean?
was telling me? They were saying that, like, they're like, oh, wait. Or maybe it was some other organ. No,
It's
I think
bad
it's
to
your
remove your
tonsils. They're
tonsils.
like, oh, wait, no, you actually do need those. Haha, sorry.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I know lots of people who are doing fine without them. I don't have a gallbladder.
Maria doesn't have any tonsils, and I think she's a carrier.
And I think, oh, God.
That's where I think I've got this from. Anyway,
Any
we're here,
result.
you guys. How'd you like the John Wayne Gacy saga?
Yeah, call us in right now at
Yeah.
815
815. Random.
555
2727.
666 420. So this episode is about found footage horror films, the
Yeah.
sub horror genre.
Yeah, but definitely one that has made a predominant move in the horror movies, especially now as technology has gotten more expansive. I'm just
I
trying to
guess.
use big words for some weird reason.
It's cool. You get more points when you do. It's
Thank
2 points every
you.
syllable. Everybody play the game at home. It's so fun.
So yeah, so we're not going to be talking about just like found footage in general, because we could obviously talk about like Chronicle. And,
Well,
like,
the thing is though, is that because they're so cheap to make, there are so many, and
Yeah.
so many are fucking shit.
Well, yeah, we're definitely going to be talking about some that aren't like the best.
Well, yeah, but like some of them are, you know, like the best around.
For
Nothing's
sure.
gonna ever keep you down. Oh God.
Okay, so
Do I have strep?
I mean, it's a possibility.
It's a possibility. So we're gonna start it out from where it all started.
Yeah, a little history.
You know,
because we know you guys love that shit.
Yeah, you know I do. Yeah, and so it all kind of started with Cannibal Holocaust as the first found footage film. Also, I feel like during this time, I mean, this movie came out in the 80s, but I remember, like, just movies that are, say, based on a true story, or this really happened, I feel like really came out during this time, and I feel like that is a really good ploy to get people to go see movies.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, they think it's real. Because the next one, because I kind of have these in chronological order-ish, but like I said, not the shit ones. Because there are some really weird, like there's just a bunch of alien abduction ones, and
Yeah.
like, do we want to talk about them? No. Did I want to watch them? More no.
Yeah, not so much.
So you know the guinea pig movies, obviously. Those are the
Yeah.
ones Charlie Sheen called
Yeah.
the FBI, and they literally went to trial and had to bring the people there to be like, hey, guess who's not dead? Me!
Yeah, because wasn't it like a bunch of
It's just a bunch of snuff films. They're not
Yeah.
good.
No,
it's
they're
really
gross.
gross.
It's like people
fucking
getting
disgusting.
like needles shoved under their fingernails.
Yeah, no, we were looking at
like
pictures.
very
It's
Who's the guy who sticks needles up his butt?
it's very Albert Fish.
Oh, very
he-
Albert Fish.
wherever you are, Albert, I hope you have found the guinea pig movies.
Me
'Cause,
too. I bet you love them.
So the next on the list is a French movie. It's called Man Bites Dog. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the most fucked up movies. Like when you looked up most fucked up movies.
Yeah.
Found
Found footage is good at making it look really fucked up, because when
this-
you can use like bad lighting and like shitty angles and stuff, it like makes things look more real and more yucky.
Exactly, and you have so many more techniques, which we'll get into a little more later with one of my movies. But this one, like you
I'm
said,
busy.
did you just break your brand new bed?
No, I just kind of like pushed my leg. We're laying in my bed. It's
Yeah,
really cozy.
we're laying like two cheerleaders.
No.
Anyways, So,
I think more of like the beginning of the Ring movie. We're like, haha, you ran with Kyle last weekend.
you dumb idiot. That's Scary Movie 3, bitch.
They kind of do that in actual
But you
Ring.
said the any whoozle. So,
Yeah, I'm always quoting
any
Scary Movie.
whoozle. It's French, like I said, but like you were saying with like the way you can make it look, this is in black and white, so it looks really cool.
Cool.
And it's basically a serial killer, and he hired a film crew to follow him around to watch him kill people. That's basically all it's about.
Cool.
But there, yeah, I mean, there's this one point he goes to an old woman's house, and then he just screams at her, and she dies of a heart attack.
Aw.
And the guy's like, "Why
Aw.
did you do that?" The guy's like, "Why'd you do that? You have a gun." And he's like, "I saw in her
opportunity.
bathroom." No, he said, "I saw in her bathroom cabinet that she took heart medication, and I didn't want to waste a bullet."
Wow.
I know, he's like really gross.
Yeah.
There's some really gross moments in that movie that I was like, "Whoa, didn't
Like, hey.
hey, hey, man." So that was in '92. The resurgence of Morgan is so scared right now. Morgan has the screensaver of like words. You know what a soiree is, bitch.
Yeah, I know, but I've never changed this. I never have changed my screensaver.
No. Your screensaver, for some reason, this is so interesting for the podcast, by the way, but your screensaver, for some reason, just goes through all of the different screensavers that are, like, available on your Mac. Yeah. So you have word of the day one right now.
Weird. Anyways, sorry.
Back to the thing.
So we're going to
So now
Blair Witch
Project, which is obviously probably what people think of first, I would imagine.
Now I think it's moved to Paranormal Activity, but
yeah,
I feel like Blair Witch for like the majority of like the early 2000s and like
the 90s
and like
stuff.
yeah, and like
I mean, it's on my list
just the-
twice, so it's obviously important.
well, it came out in 99, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean the 2000s, like when you thought of found footage, you thought
I think
of
I've said
Blair
this on the
Witch.
podcast before. I mean, we've talked about the movie, like, you know, stick people are creepy.
Yeah.
There's that one part with the really weird viscous, like,
Just sludges of shit in the ground.
it's a little bit of like, you know, red, like bloody, but like snot. I don't know.
I just like hate it because they're all bitching at each other the whole time. It's like being in a fight. It's like being in like when you're like with like a couple and they keep fighting
God.
and it's like, oh, I just want to go home.
Yeah,
You know?
no.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. And I've heard a theory that the two guys in the movie, like the real reason they went out was to kill this girl.
Yeah, but
And I
mean,
like kind of get it because she's super annoying. But
yeah,
like
but they're not
with-
any better.
Well, no, they're also everyone's so annoying.
Everyone sucks.
But like
Katie?
I don't know. Maybe I only know her name, I think, because of the newer one. Which should we talk about? We should just talk about that one now.
Yeah, the new one was like, no, my god.
The new one had like that one boy in it. You know what I'm talking
The one
about.
from Shameless. It's the only thing I know him from.
Exactly.
It was really bad. We watched it not that long ago.
It was not good.
The acting was just really stupid, and like some of the things that happened, I was just like, what?
And they showed a lot of footage.
They showed
from
too much. It was too long.
They probably like didn't. I don't know.
It was
wasn't,
bad.
It wasn't very good, but the Blair Witch Project.
That movie
was
scared the
fucking-
goddamn shit out of me. When I
That
was
scared
little.
so many fucking people, and they kind of started the whole. Well, because I mean, this was when the internet was like becoming a big thing,
But
This
not
is
that
when-
big yet.
Well, but this is when, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think IMDb had just become a thing, and so on their IMDb pages, it said that they were missing, and if anyone has any information
Yeah.
about them, call this, and that's what they had on like the website and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and which obviously was all fake. Like they were fine, but like they
Yeah, it was
did
propaganda.
Yeah, it was like propaganda, which is cool.
Propaganda, as we've all learned, is
Cool. It's like pretty fucking cool, man. So next on the docket is those August Underground movies, which are basically the same thing as the guinea pig movies.
just like more snuff.
It's
We
just
don't need
gore.
to really get into it.
No. It's on the list.
It's on the list, you guys.
It's on the list.
We hit it, we quit it.
Is on my list. Not yours specifically.
Oh.
The Queen Yor. All of you that we're talking to right now. Isn't it crazy that people are listening to us talk right now?
Well, not right this second, because we're in my room by ourselves.
Whoa.
The only thing listening to us is Tuesday, and she's hard passed out in a pillow.
Who
Looking
knows,
really
dude?
cute. Fucking woke her up. Fuck.
Tuesday's really cute.
Oh, no, she was just
Yeah, Tuesday's like a
adjusting.
little tiny baby. So the next is Rec and Quarantine.
Yeah.
I know there are a lot of people who feel very strongly about
Rec
not
being better.
liking yeah, they like wreck way better. But
Right.
I mean, they're zombies. I remember. I mean,
Yeah,
I've seen,
it just isn't. I really didn't like.
It's not
these
my cup of
movies.
tea.
No,
There are some very good jumps. I remember Quarantine being very scary. I think the like sequels were garbage.
Oh, I didn't see any of the sequels.
So I can only imagine Wreck is great. And I know it
I've watched
might
some of it.
sound like we aren't prepared because we're not talking about this movie. And if it's like your favorite movie, awesome. I'm
cool.
just then I love you. But like zombie
Whatever.
movies just like don't tickle my taint. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I'm really not a zombie guy. Like, I love Zombieland, but that's not even really a horror movie.
It's a special kind of zombie.
I mean,
It has to be a
I love
special
zombie video games, but I just really don't like zombie movies. They're boring.
It's just like wrong. Because I really believe that guy from that one zombie. Like after reading that zombie survivalist guide,
Oh, yeah.
that changed my perspective
Yeah.
on everything.
Oh, yeah, go back and listen to our zombie episode.
It was like watching Loose Change. So
now we move on to what is
the beginning of the
Yeah.
Paranormal Activity craze, which was
Craze.
in 2007.
It's basically like the new Saw.
It really fucking is.
Yeah.
It is, and I remember
Because they were coming out
It was
concurrently
in-
at one point.
well,
in time or
because I
another.
mean, I didn't see it until probably 2010
Yeah, I didn't see it until college, and I watched the third one first.
because it was just made
Because
by.
I've heard it was really a lot better than the rest, which the third one is the best.
You think the third one is the best? I get a lot. I just remember with the third one. So maybe if you haven't heard of these movies, it's basically this couple and their house is like haunted with like a demon.
Yeah, so they set up a bunch of cameras.
And there's like this. I think the scariest thing from that movie is like literally when she is just standing.
Yeah.
She like gets out of the bed and she just stands and stares at her boyfriend, and then it like it like speeds up and it shows that she's just
Standing there for hours.
Oh, that fucking scared me so bad the first time, and it was really, really creepy. But yeah, no, I just remember the third one from, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, but there's a episode of Doug Loves Movies where this guy Rob People talks about, because in some commercial for the third movie they're like, the last 15 minutes will change your life forever. And it's like, what if someone like had to go away to a hospital and they were like,
Because of this
yeah, and they're
movie.
like, what happened to you? And they're like, I saw the last 15 minutes of Paranormal Activity 3. I just don't like
Oh
that
my
one because I
God.
don't like when people get broken in half.
Oh my god, like straight broken, like the dad or whatever.
Yeah,
And
that-
he's such a hottie dad.
that
too.
noise, even though I like know it's just celery.
It's just celery and like
Foley.
and like dog bones.
Oh, I thought you meant like actual bones
No,
of
no,
dogs.
no, like bones, of
like
dogs,
milk
yeah.
bones.
Mm-hmm.
Cute. So now we come to 2008 with the movie Cloverfield, aka a movie very hard for me to watch because it's shaky and I get migraines. Thanks, TJ Miller.
Okay, so like the Cloverfield things that they've done now have been good. Like I've heard the TV show was really good, and Cloverfield Lane was pretty decent.
Oh, 10 Cloverfield Lane was good.
Yeah.
I've actually heard the opposite about.
The TV show?
What is that one?
It's like a new thing on Netflix. I've heard it's like cool.
Maybe that's different. Didn't they have another movie come out?
Yeah, that one wasn't good.
Oh, okay. Then I'm thinking of something different. But yeah, no. I just thought I don't.
But 10 Cloverfield Lane is good, but yeah, the original, it's really hard to watch. And then it ends up just being like a huge frog.
Yeah, it's really anticlimactic. It builds up so well, and then it's like, wait, what?
These movies were like, I remember, like, Paranormal Activity and Cloverfield, they were like my, like, high school.
Yeah, they try to build it up like The Empire Strikes Back. He's
Yeah,
like,
and it's like, that's just a frog, dude.
it's like that's just
or
a
maybe
frog,
a turtle.
dude. Who even? It's some,
Dude, that's
it's
just a frog.
Dude, that's just like a frog. It's Pepe the racist frog.
Dude, that's a frog.
Dude, that's like a frog. Wait, dude, is that a frog?
That's a frog.
Well, wait, it was in the South Park where they made fun of that movie with the big hamsters, so maybe it was a frog.
It was a frog.
It was a frog. So that's me and Morgan's definitive opinion on Cloverfield. It was a frog.
So some of these movies were really just, like, going through, but some we actually have, like, more to say about.
Yeah, because they're a little more interesting. Like the next one. Like, I think The Fourth Kind was fucking scary.
The Fourth Kind was fucking terrifying. That movie is still scary.
The movie is still scary. I know
I've
that
only
it's
seen it once because
fake,
it freaked me out.
But I mean, it was also one of those movies that, like, you know, came out with websites because they do that.
But there were
for the
actors in that
dum-dums.
movie that I've seen in other movies.
Yeah, no.
That's why I was like, no.
Exactly. And it's like IMDb is a thing, and this person was like in a Folgers commercial, obviously. But still, it's still so scary. And like the woman in that movie, like the real woman, like her eyes, like whatever they do, like they must dilate her pupils all
Oh,
the
they probably
way.
do, yeah. Probably.
Or like she's wearing black contacts or something because she looks so fucking scary. And I remember seeing that in theaters, and because like their mouths get really big, and I hate big mouths. A big mouth.
I hate Grave Encounters.
Yeah, no, Grave Encounters is super big mouth.
Yeah.
So is that like the possession of
Deborah Logan.
Yeah. That's like snake level.
Ew.
Yeah, yucky.
No, that is snake. Anyways.
But I remember seeing it in theaters, and like I was still religious at the time. And there's like a part where he's
Ew, and you saw The Fourth Kind?
well,
What's that like?
I mean, I wasn't like religious, but I still thought we don't need to get
I
into
didn't mean
it.
to say ew, by the way. That was rude.
But that's fine. I mean, I understand the place you were coming from, and I understand why you apologized. But yeah, I just remember like being so scared because aliens are really scary.
I remember watching it in Liz Eber-Mosca's shout out basement after we made taco dip.
Taco,
It was really good.
tickety taco, the Chinese taco.
Like, you know when you like see something that's like very like it resonates with you, you remember exactly where you were and what you were doing when you were watching it.
Yeah, that's how I am with
like that.
podcasts. Honestly, like if I
Yeah, like I'll be like, oh yeah, I
podcast,
was driving here last time I
Exactly.
listened to this.
Exactly. So we'll just maybe talk for a skosh about Megan is Missing.
Ugh.
Like,
Ugh.
oof magoof. Just
First
that
of all,
last part.
when I watched that movie, I was at my friend's house that she literally lived out in the middle of a fucking
Morgan only
cornfield.
watches movies at friends' houses. In the
Sorry, I have friends, Holly.
no, because this was like during when you were in high school.
I know.
So
Well,
I have friends,
yeah.
you bitch.
Well, Megan is Missing, I think I saw after I graduated college, actually. But, okay, so it's about this girl. Her name is Megan.
Really?
It's...
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to be a dick.
And she's like one of those girls who
His
doesn't
name's
have
Megan?
just doesn't have a lot of friends. She has like one really good friend, and then everyone else is kind of like, oh, fuck Megan, and like,
Aw.
and
poor
like,
Megan.
there. I mean, it's really fucked up. Like, there's a part where she's at a party, and doesn't she get like punched by a boy?
I don't know. You only showed me the really fucked up scene.
Oh, you've not seen the whole thing? Oh, Holly.
You've not seen. Did you just
So-
turn into old English?
Oh, Holly.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
So yeah, so it's the first half or the whole beginning of the movie, or the whole movie, is just this girl, and she starts like internet dating this dude, and like he seems really cool and really
fuck.
nice and really like sweet and like cool, and she like really likes him, and so this movie is basically like her friend it's her recording, but it's like about her friend, and so her friend like. After Megan goes missing, she tries like looking for this dude who she was talking to on the internet, and like one of the scariest parts of the movie is she somehow like started talking to him, I think, on the phone, and he starts just like screaming at her.
Fuck.
And then like the end of the movie is basically like he like finds her and like catches her.
Well, and it's basically like that one serial killer,
Which one?
Stephen Ray.
Was he the one that did the dog stuff?
Yeah, he's the dog stuff guy.
So he basically like took her back to his like fucking, I don't know, rape dungeon.
Yeah, I mean that's what he.
I mean, if you've never seen this
Michael
movie,
Parker Ray
pause this, and if you really want to like fuck yourself up, go watch it. But for those of you who just want to hear about it, it's really hard to fucking watch, and I would never watch it again.
It seems
nothing
like the
could
movie,
ever make me watch it again.
Yeah, it seems like the movie Shuttle. Like, it's like, okay, this is a horror movie, and then it turns into a completely different kind of horror movie at the very end,
Yeah.
and you're, like, fucking disgusted beyond
It's
belief.
literally just, like, a long fucking rape scene.
Like, irreversible long.
Like, it's so unnecessary, and it's just, like, in a dungeon, and it just looks painful. And then, like, she finds her friend is his body, aka Megan, and then, like, he puts her in, like a tub or like like one of those things from like from
A drum.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like,
Jeffrey Dahmer.
the very, like, end part of the movie is literally just him burying her alive and her screaming as he's burying her.
How have I not seen all of this movie?
You should, but it's really
That's
dark.
really fucked up.
It's like
dude.
one
I'm
of my. It's one of the
sad.
least favorite movies I've ever seen in my life.
Because of how fucked up it was?
Yeah,
Wow.
because that is, I think, every girl's worst nightmare.
Every
Every person's, but like, you
No,
know,
being kidnapped, being taken by someone is my worst fear.
yeah, and then being buried alive.
That is, yeah, I don't do small spaces. Like, I mean, if it was a 127 hours situation where I could, like, chop off my arm, cool,
Yeah,
I'd do that in a
but
fucking head
when
second.
there's nowhere for you to go,
I mean, you could, like,
I
Kill
actually
Bill
had
2
I had a
yourself
nightmare
out.
this week that someone like locked me in a
box?
in like a box. Yeah,
Oh, God.
and I was in there for a
God.
while.
Jill. Oh, God. Okay, so now we get to Grave Encounters.
Grave Encounters. So this movie I watched just because I knew it was. I mean, I don't know if it was like a cult classic.
Is it based... Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, and I feel like we may have had this conversation before, but is this the one that's kind of supposed to be like Ghost Hunters? With,
Exactly.
Like, annoying Zach Bate.
So yes,
that
yes,
one
yes,
guy
exactly. Okay, so
Where
the-
he's just like, oh my
Yes.
god, dude, I just felt something cold. Dude, I heard my name. And the other guy's like, that was me.
It's that exactly. It's that exactly. Okay, so the host's name is Lance, and
Of course,
and
okay.
their TV show is called Grave Encounters, and so this is like one of the episodes.
Does
that
he
they're
wear
filming.
Jeff Hardy shirt?
He wears like leather jackets and like black turtlenecks and like
Is he Steve
chains.
Jobs?
Pretty
Oh.
much.
Is
Okay, so
Steve-
yeah, so it's what's kind of what I liked about the movie because I went into it thinking this is gonna be so bad, and not that it was like good, but out of like found footage movies that I've watched, I liked it and it kept my attention the entire time.
Yeah, I've heard that it's
I can't say
very
the same
good.
about the second movie, which I'll talk about like minutely, but so it's this group of people who work on the show Grave Encounters, which is basically like a ghost hunter show.
Yeah, yeah.
And but you're seeing the downtime stuff too. So you're seeing them like doing the opening shots and like all of that stuff. But then you're also seeing when they cut and they're like, dude, this is such fucking bullshit. And they basically are talking about how everything they've done has been fake and they're just obviously doing it for TV. Like nothing is real. Like none of them really know what they're talking about. It's all whatever. And so they go to the abandoned Collingwood Psychiatric Hospital. And what like their plan is basically is that they're gonna have the groundskeeper. Which why would an abandoned hospital need a groundskeeper?
Yeah.
That's
they're
weird.
like, Joe, I know that it's abandoned, but if you could just like keep an eye on the place.
If you could just like make sure the grass looks nice, we know you
Well,
see people screaming in the
Hey,
windows.
No one lived in the Riddle house and the groundskeeper still lived there.
Yeah, I don't know how that
I think
works.
it was a Tom Riddle Sr. situation.
Sure. So the plan was that they were gonna have him lock them in the house, like literally show him locking them in, so there's no way they could get out with like chains.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. And so
Well, I've seen that on the show.
Yeah.
It's very extra.
Yeah, exactly. So they do that. They go in.
It's like, we get it.
They
can't
set
come
cameras up everywhere. So not only do they all like have their own cameras that they're using.
Oh, yeah, they set them up in
they
other
set
rooms.
them up all over, so you have different angles of everything. Or like even if no one's in a room, they'll kind of like cut to it if something really weird is happening in
Oh
there.
yeah, totally.
So basically,
A violin is playing by itself or something.
The hospital just becomes a labyrinth that none of them can figure out. There keeps being more rooms. They keep not being able to find the exit. Like it's basically a maze
So
that
it
none
becomes
of them
very
can get out
labyrinth.
of. It's very labyrinth-like, but it's fucked
Or
up.
it's kind of like as above, so below.
Sort of, but they know where they're going, and they keep being able to continue to go. This is like there's nowhere to get out.
But it's still like that, like you're going deeper and deeper and more. stuck.
Kind of.
It reminds
It's
me
not
of
that
Key.
much because that's what really. We'll get to that with As Above, So Below. But and so like really fucked up shit happens. I mean, there's a lot of kind of like social network.
Social
I
network.
was gonna say there's a lot of paranormal activity type like people like just like out of nowhere like being thrown across a room and that's how they die. But like there's also like this girl gets like something carved into her back. Like there's just a lot of them like it's a lot of them like going insane.
So it's basically like the spirits or whatever are like,
Yeah.
fuck you, this is real.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna make everything that you've been making fun of
Well, and
Good for
just
the
like
underworld,
they probably haven't been able to fuck with anyone for a long time.
Yeah. Demons
so, like,
doing it for themselves.
For sure. And there's like a part where there's like a really fucked up like operating table, and they like walk into it, and the doctor's all crazy looking, and the like most fucked up part, and this is probably what a lot of people remember from this movie, is like
Big Mouth.
At the end, no, that's the second one. At the end of the first movie, after pretty much everyone has died, because spoiler alert, everyone dies. Lance, the host, is left, and he's just like all dirty and gross and crazy, and he just starts like eating rats and like just like going insane, and that's kind of how it ends.
Oh.
And so like the beginning of the movie is them being like, this is the lost footage, and it's not edited at all.
They're like, we made you watch Lance eat rats.
Pretty much.
I saw the deadest rat. Yes, the biggest dead rat yesterday.
Well, yeah, we live in Chicago. There's a lot of big dead rats here.
And then I saw a
lot of big live ones too.
Yeah, I saw one of those later on. So after Grave Encounters, we get into VHS.
Okay, so the first VHS
is legit
Stan.
amazing. Huh?
Do you know what that means?
Is it a drag queen term?
No. Okay, it's a new term that I found out. I think it's like a young person thing, which I am sort of veering out of.
I'm a young person.
Okay, so it basically is like, it's like I stan, like I'm a fan, because remember the song "Stan" by Eminem? It's about like being like a crazy fan for something. So when like you say I stan, it means that you're like a huge fan of something.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay.
Anyway,
I don't get these kids today and there.
But no, VHS, the first one, that first
Stan,
whatever,
Stan,
like the song "Stan." It's me, Stan, your biggest fan.
I know. I prefer Don't stand so.
That's
Don't
not even
stand
close.
so close to me. I know.
Stan, like the name.
I know, but I like stand in the place where you are. Just okay. But yeah, so basically it's these dudes, and they break into a house, and they find all these VHS tapes, and they start watching them. And it's like an anthology.
Yeah, and so every, like, there's like four in the first movie?
The remix. If you think that your phone is skipping, Morgan just can't say.
I'm sick. Okay, so the first one is Big Eye Girl.
Big Eye Girl,
and
split
what
weird
the
face.
fuck? So it's basically, she's a vampire.
She's like basically
that's I guess what it is.
I don't know. She can like fly.
She's like a vampire.
And
she's also kind of like Jeepers Creepers.
She's a little bit like Jeepers. They're weird.
Yeah.
And there's a second one and a third one and a fourth one, I believe.
No, the viral one you're talking about, I think, is the third one.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really, really good. And the second one, I get that movie, and then I get
the first two very mixed up with each other.
Exactly. They're very... I get the little, like, vignettes.
Yeah. I mean, some of them are cool. Like, there's the one where, like, the guy, like, gets, like, some weird robotic thing put in his eyes. So, it's almost like a weird new kind of LASIK surgery. And he sees ghosts.
Yes. That one's really cool.
That one's really
the one
up.
where the girl, like, her boyfriend, like, puts something under her skin. And she's, like... And, like, it makes aliens come and get her or something.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Because she's, like, complaining. For some reason, their relationship only consists... Oh, fuck, no. They've been, like, FaceTiming, and then it turns out he's, like, been there the whole time or something.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking forgot about that.
That one is fucked
bad.
up, dude. Holy shit, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really they're really good movies. That's why I don't want to give too much away about them.
Watch those.
They're very
the
good.
first two are good.
They're really good.
There's, like, that weird zombie part, too.
Yes.
That one's weird. It's a good movie.
It's cool.
What's
it's
your
like,
deal, dude?
like VHS glitches, because they're a VHS. That's another big thing with found footage. Well, I guess that is, they are finding footage. It would be weird. It's so weird that they find a bunch of videotapes.
It's weird they, like, find all this, like, footage.
Fuck off.
Like, how crazy that they, like, all stumbled upon all this just, like, footage.
That's, like, really weird. So, anyway.
Grave Encounters 2. There might have been a 3, but I'm not going to talk about it. So Grave Encounters 2 is basically, it's about a group of college friends, the main one being this one kid, and he is obsessed with the first movie. So he really wants to go back to...
Kind of like Human Centipede 2.
Right. So he wants to go back to the Collingwood Psychiatric Hospital and do his own investigation. Long story short, the same fucking shit happens. All their dumbasses die. And lots of big mouths. So this...
Lots of big mouths.
If you've never seen these movies, you at least have seen their movie poster. It's like this bald, skinny, skeletal-like thing, and it's like coming out of like an air duct almost, and it's just a big mouth.
Fucking mouth, dude. It is
big old mouth.
Oh, it is so terrifying.
So that's pretty much
pretty much it.
too. I mean, honestly, it's not as good, but I still think I watched all of it and like slightly enjoyed
anything
it.
with big mouths.
First one's good though. I would recommend it.
So now we get to The Conspiracy. This movie made me go crazy, honestly. Much like one of the characters in the film, I have also fallen into... And Siri, I'm not talking to you.
No one asked for your opinion, Siri.
Oh, god damn it. I think my... Hold on a second. And we're back.
Yeah, we are.
We're back. So, The Conspiracy. It is basically your average, conspiracy theorist. His name is Terrence, and there's these two dudes filming him. One of the dudes, if anybody's ever seen The Void, which is an amazing movie, it's the cop from that movie. And they're basically filming this guy, and the guy's like trying to figure out all of this government shit. And he's basically stumbled upon this old, what's the word? Like old ancient society that's called the Tarsus. Ooh. And it's actually...
Sounds weird.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird. So then they're talking to Terrence. I keep thinking of Bring It On. Yep. So anyhoozle, Terrence goes out in the streets and he talks all this shit, and he basically just talking about how how all of the things that the government have done, our way of getting into the war was, by sinking the Lithuania, that one boat.
Is this the Zeitgeist movie?
No, it's not Zeitgeist, but it might have some of the same... No, it's not Zeitgeist. But anyway, so he goes missing. Just completely missing. And...
As one does when you talk about the government.
When you know too much, sometimes it's bad.
Sometimes you go bye-bye.
Sometimes you go night-night, forevers. And so anyway, the guys continue, the one dude, his real name is Aaron Poole, and his name in the movie is Aaron Poole. So I'm just going to call him Aaron Poole. The other guy's Jim.
Poole.
Yeah, so AP gets really, really into it, Terrence level into it. And Jim's like, dude, you gotta, chill on this. Terrence had boxes of newspaper clippings all over the wall.
As conspiracy theorists
do. Various strings attached to pins, attached to, connecting things. But they basically find out that all of these things coincide with these meetings that the Tarsus would have, which is this like I said, but
the Illuminati.
It's like think Freemasons, think the Bittenbinder, the Bittenbinder. That's from John Mulaney. Something group. But anything. So it's based off of Bohemian Grove, which, have you heard of Bohemian Grove? You might have. They talk about it on last podcast on the left. So it is this place where the elite kind of go to play, but only men. And it's an actual fucking place. It's in the middle of nowhere outside of San Francisco. You're not allowed to go. No one's allowed in. And it's basically, they have opening night. There's this huge statue of a owl. And they have this crazy pagan ritual.
Cool.
And it's there's pictures of Nixon and Reagan there, Henry Kissinger was there, all of these fucking famous people. Yeah. And they would go there. So, in the movie The Conspiracy, it's the Tarsus group. Also, they're Canadian. But so it's basically like them, and they're finding out more and more, and they start talking to this guy who was able to infiltrate the group and got some footage, which happened with the Bohemian Grove thing, but it was fucking Alex Jones, and everyone hates him. Fucking Sandy Hook denier. Fuck him forever. Anyhoozle. So they managed to get themselves in. They have a camera crew. They kind of do the thing you were talking about with Grave Encounters, where like it shows them making their film
Yeah.
but then it also shows like the camera crew just kind of like chilling, and they're like filming the
That's
guys.
a very found footage like thing. Like they're like, oh well, even though most I think camera places would not be filming just what they're doing.
No, they would turn.
That's
the
a waste
cameras
of
off.
fucking film. I mean, unless you're shooting digital, but
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's not gonna
That's a
happen.
trope.
That's a trope, yeah. It's just a way of getting it, like, those little moments on film. Because, like...
I mean, there's BTS for sure. I guess there's
totally.
usually a BTS guy, but
not... but, I mean...
not for something like that.
And the things that they capture, it's not, like, because what I'm thinking specifically in this movie is a heated argument between Aaron and Jim, where Jim's like, you are going crazy. Like, this is not a thing. You need to chill out. So then they realize that a black Escalade is following them, and there is the scariest fucking part where...
Oh, that sounds scary.
And it's so creepy. It's literally like tickled.
very,
It's
like,
tickled.
Scientology.
It's very tickled. Like, you know, like how they're like sitting in the car waiting? That's how it is. And it's so like tense, and they pull in because they're like freaking out because like they keep going, like they keep making right turns to see if they just keep following them.
If you're ever trying to lose someone, go to the airport.
Airport.
Yeah.
And hop on a plane and go
No,
to
just go
Barbados?
into the airport because they're gonna get out of there.
Oh.
Yeah.
What if you
Or because they're gonna think that you're getting on a plane and there's nothing they can do.
Okay, what if you live nowhere near an airport?
Screwed.
Fucking screwed.
Hope you have a full tank of gas.
Hope you got a full tank, bitch. Basically, they get these little tie clips because, like I said, it's like the elite. And even Bohemian Grove, it's fucking crazy. There's some stuff I'm gonna tell you about later because it is honestly like, I don't want to say too much about it because
You want people to watch this.
I want people to watch this.
I want to watch this
but
now.
I just don't want to talk about Bohemian Grove because that
That's
kind of
real.
shit scares me, and I don't want black Escalades following me.
Nope.
So anyhoozle, so they get these tie clips because they find someone to get them in, and they literally have like, they're put in like black like luggage bags. Yeah, and they have like hoodies on over like really, really nice clothes. And so the last act of the film is all kind of shittily filmed, but it's all from the aspect of a tie clip.
Oh, cool.
And so it makes it scarier because
you know you're not supposed to be filming.
well, you know you're not supposed to be filming, but you can't really see everything.
Right.
And so it's kind of, and it's so creepy. It gets really eyes wide shut because everyone's wearing masks. And so when they get in, everybody at this party, well, all of them, it's all men.
This sounds very governmental.
Oh, it's so governmental, Morgan. All of our presidents have gone.
I know.
They go and they decide and they talk about how they want a new world order. Mm-hmm. You know that is, right? Mm-hmm. No, thank you.
No.
No.
Good.
No, thanks.
Fine with this.
I'm good with where we're at. I don't need a totalitarian.
Well, I'm not good with where we're at, but like I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I don't want a one world totalitarian government.
Yeah.
No, thank you, Mom. Not that our mom is into that. But anyway, the whole time they're at the club, all of the people there's faces are blurred. Mm-hmm. And I thought that at the time, I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. I thought they were exposing them. And so they're considered ravens because they're like first years.
Okay.
And there are ranks. And there are in the Bohemian Grove Club too. And so they have like an initiation thing, and so they all get called, and like these dudes are just trying to blend in because they don't know what the fuck is going on. Mm-hmm. They're like, just act like you're supposed to be there, and they fucking like, Jim is not cool at all. Like, Jim has the worst poker face. He might as well be like, I have a microphone and a camera on me right now, and I'm going to expose you guys.
Idiots.
You dumb idiots. So, anyway, they like, get separated into these two groups. And Jim is in the first group, and they go into this tent, and they do, like, this weird little, like, ritual thing. And they put a mask on your head. And this, whereas where it gets kind of, what movie am I thinking? Eyes Wide Shut. Mm-hmm. Because Jim, so then after you have to be like, my name is blank, my father is blank. And then they give you a mask, and then you go into this room and you look at yourself in the mirror so that you can see yourself in the mask, yeah. And then you like turn to the right, and then you leave. And so Jim goes and he looks, and he has a mask that's kind of like a plague doctor-y mask, so it's scary.
Yeah, the
and
one with the long nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I kind of don't want to ruin it. So
do it.
Do it? Okay. So their whole thing, like I was saying with the Bohemian Grove, they have the whole owl thing. But this, they are really into bulls. Mm. And so when Aaron's group goes in, because he's been like, because he started freaking out because he sees, because they had been talking to this guy who infiltrated them and who they thought was on their side, and they see him there, and they're like, oh, fuck.
Right.
They're like, he's still part of, yeah, and like, they know what they look like, because those people in the escalator there, and so he's like, fuck, I have to go tell my friend, and so he causes a ruckus, and they've obviously figured out, they know at this point. So when Aaron goes in and he gets his mask put on him and he goes into the room, he looks like a bull. And everyone keeps telling them like, oh, this is your first hunt. Like, are you excited for your first hunt? Mm-hmm. And so when he leaves the little tent, everyone, it's so fucking scary. Everyone just starts running towards him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because he's
the bull. Mm-hmm. And so he's just running through the forest, and then he like gets
shot.
No, he like hides, and so then he goes. Okay, so then they keep cutting back and forth between Aaron and Jim like goes back into the house, and like he thinks everything is fine, and then he finds his fucking wife there and his kid, and they obviously have them there to be like, you know, if you don't comply with us, we're gonna fucking kill, you know,
your family.
Yeah. And so basically everyone rushes towards Aaron and stabs him to death, like crazy to death, but then they cut out, and then, you know, they have like Jim basically this whole movie was put out by Tarsus, because at one point the one guy they think is on their side is like, I wouldn't be surprised if in a couple years they don't put something out just so that people don't think it's that crazy. And they were referring to this, and so they're like, that was just a scare tactic, and so they think he's just missing. And they say that, and they like show like Jim and sitting next to his wife, and she's just clearly like, this is all bullshit, and we've been paid off. So yeah, that was that movie. It was really,
that sounds cool. I want to watch that.
Yeah, I got too scared.
What was that one called again?
It is called The Conspiracy. You've probably seen the poster.
Yeah.
It's like the one with the horns.
Yeah.
It was
Is that on Netflix?
So fucking scary. It is a lot usually, but it's not right now. Stupid as fuck, but it was really, really scary. And like, yeah, like musicians go out there, they have like airplanes specially bring them in so that obviously they don't have to go to regular airports, so that people don't know they're there. And it's up for debate whether, you know, nefarious things happen there or not, but it is a fucking place, and they still do have this fucking pagan ritual. And it's kind of like, okay, I can understand wanting your privacy, especially if you are a celebrity of some sort, but like, this is beyond that.
It's too much.
Like, why?
It's like a cult.
Why all the secrecy? Yeah.
It's cultish.
It's cultish. Yeah, I actually have a story later to tell you kind of regarding that. So the next movie that came out that I'm going to talk about just real quick is called The Dirties. And so these three movies, that the one I just talked about, this one and the next one, I'm just going to briefly mention, literally are all things that have happened before, so I kind of knew how they were going to end, because The Dirties is basically Columbine.
Oh.
It's these two kids. I mean, it's not Columbine, but it's basically...
It's the same concept.
And it takes place in
Colorado.
1999.
Oh.
Yeah. And so...
99 was a weird year.
And they're always hanging out in their basement,
Yeah,
and it's kind
it's
of
very...
like... It is very... And yeah, and the one kid literally looks like almost exactly like Eric Harris. It's like crazy.
I'm sure it was, done after that.
No, this was made... Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it was made after that. This movie came out in 2013.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's like one of the friends... It's kind of like the other movie. Like, one of the
Did
friends...
you like it?
I loved it.
Really?
And I thought the end was going to be much more gruesome. I thought it was going to be more Columbine-y. But it was very... They did a good job.
Cool.
They did a really good job. I would suggest watching it because it's really...
Sounds cool. Where'd you find it?
It's really fucking cool. I was searching found footage movies, and then I would look them up on...
IMDb?
No, on Rotten Tomatoes and see what their scores and
that one did well?
Oh, God, yeah. It did really,
Really?
really well. It's super fucking good. I mean,
Cool.
it literally... You feel like you are watching, like, a found
Real
footage
found footage
movie.
shit, yeah. Or like the tapes from Columbine.
Yeah, no, they literally are the basement tapes because
Yeah.
they're down in his basement, and it's like they are making a school project, and this one's also Canadian because they're like in year 10 or 11, and they're making a movie, and their movie is about the Dirties. And
Is it like a group of people?
the
in their
Dirties
school?
are the bullies, yeah, that's who they call. And so then one of them is like, oh my God, what if we just kill the Dirties in the movie? And he just completely like goes ape shit. Like there's one part where he's just like standing on the precipice of a cliff, and he's like, dude, how crazy would it be if in our movie I just like fucking jumped off of here? And then the other friend was like, do you hear what you're fucking saying?
It sounds like a Jake Paul video.
A little bit. Oh God, it fucking don't
Douchey and
even.
awful?
Douchey and awful, and I fucking hate it. Yeah. So basically, the one friend keeps getting crazier, and the other friend is like, there's this girl he always had a crush on, and now she likes him, and he's like hanging out with all of these other people instead of his best friend he's had, who's a fucking crazy person now. And so yeah, it ends with him. With a school shooting, spoiler alert, but it's not like crazy.
It's fucked up as you thought it was. It's
not as fucked up. It's more just like of this, like, wow, my friend has gotten to this point.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I think I'm a psychopath, and he like has a conversation with it about her mom, and she's like, yeah.
Is mom a psychiatrist?
No. But then So in 2014, a found footage movie came out called The Sacrament, which is basically the massacre in Jonestown. It's about these two guys, and one of them is going to rescue his sister from this cult that she's in, and it's basically Jonestown. And so she's like, I'm so glad you guys are here for like the big thing. And literally... Jonestown, literally the last act of the movie is Jonestown. Except they are the like infiltrators, opposed to when like that congressman went down to Guyana. So yeah, it's like really, really, really
What
fucked
do
up.
they do? Same thing?
Same exact thing, yeah.
Really? They drink the
cyanide laced Flavorade.
Really? They
Yep.
didn't even try to make it any different?
They didn't make it different. I think
They didn't make it different.
The guy looks different, but he like... It is really fucking good. He has this monologue that he did all in one take that's fucking...
Good.
Like, mwah. Like he doesn't... Like, he has like an air of Jim Jones about him. He doesn't look like Jim Jones. He looks more like a Texas... like oil billionaire or something weird like that, but no, yeah, he's very Jim Jones, and it's very much like the People's Temple where it's a lot of diversity, and it's all about like being for the people, and then they're like, well, now, you know, we're fucked because these evil people from the outside are coming in, because basically, the guy's friends are like documentarians who like know about this cult, and so they're kind of using him as a way of, you know, so they all basically, I think, die.
Cool, man.
But like, it's really fucked up because it's just because I'm like,
Not cool, man.
I'm like, you know what I've heard? The Jonestown Massacre tapes. You know what I don't want to see?
Yeah.
What actually happened? Like,
Yeah.
it's so fucked up. So fucked up.
So now,
let's get to
As Above, So Below.
yeah, dude.
Came out in 2014 also. This movie is one of my favorites. I remember when it came out, I remember seeing the commercials and thinking it was going to be so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And so it was until probably like 2016 that I watched this movie for the first time. So I guess it's only 2 years later. Not that bad.
You never know with catacombs.
Yeah. Well, okay, so it opens and it's about this girl named Scarlett, and she is in Saudi Arabia.
Cool. We
I
have listeners. Shout out to our listeners in Saudi Arabia.
I could be wrong where exactly she is in the opener of the movie, but basically the whole movie is about her trying to get clues in order to find the Sorcerer's Stone, which, yes, is a real thing, an actual...
Yeah, no, Nicholas
agent.
Flamel is a dude.
Yeah, that's not just from Harry Potter, y'all.
J.K. Rowling didn't just mess up law.
It's raw.
Yeah.
And he was like one of the first like known sorcerers, and so basically her father before her was also very into this kind of stuff, and so she's kind of like following his legacy.
You keep talking so old. Her father before her. You keep talking
I think
so
you're
old timey.
jealous of how good I'm speaking right now.
I
in
am jealous.
comparison
You
to
keep
you.
talking like old English, and I really like it.
Well, you're welcome. So it opens with her going to this place because she wanted to find a key. Which,
Don't we all?
well, you know, not an actual key, like a key, like
Fob?
basically something that will be able to translate something for her, because she can't read the language, but she does know someone who does, who ends up being this really cute guy named George, but we'll get to George.
And he's in Superstore.
Yeah, he is. And so I'm not gonna lie, he's a big reason why I didn't want to see this movie, because he was in the remake of Nightmare, or Friday the 13th, and I mean, he wasn't great in that, and so I was like, this movie's gonna be fucking stupid. But
made
the
me
girl,
so
Scarlett,
horny.
I've never seen her in anything else. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's very good.
And she's just kick ass. Like, she speaks like a bunch of languages. She's super smart. She has like 5 different masters or something crazy like that.
Fuck.
And she has like a really cool like satchel bag, and she's just like goals like
So
for she's basically like girl Indiana Jones.
Whoa, you just
Yeah.
literally fucking took the words
Yeah.
I was just going to say out of my mouth.
Yeah. And so they're in Paris where the catacombs are, as we all know. And she has this guy named Benji who's basically documenting her search for the Sorcerer's Stone. So she goes and she finds George, who's also kind of like an ex-lover, but she sort of got him in trouble when they were in Turkey, and she got him put in jail. And so he's not really down with her. He's like, how the fuck did you even find me here, bitch? Like, he is not happy to see her. And she's kind of like, LOL, you still like me though, right? And he's like, fuck it. So she needs George because George can
Wait.
translate this.
Wait, Fred? Did you say Fred or George?
George.
Is his last name Weasley?
No.
What's her name? Hermione?
Scarlett.
Oh, Scarlet Hermione?
No. So anyway, Scarlett, George, and Benji are making this movie, and basically they go down into the catacombs for a second, and they meet this random kid who tells them to meet this dude named Papillon at this club. So they go to this club, and they meet this French guy named Papillon. And his girlfriend Suxi, and
Suxi.
they're basically like, we
love
want you to
French
take
names.
us into the catacombs, and they're like, you're stupid. And then she's like, I am not a fucking tourist, you're gonna take me down there. And he's just kind of like, all right, cool.
Okay.
And so they go
He
in.
becomes her catacomb.
What's
Shabbat.
so like what about this movie that really fucked me up was, like, if you are even a little bit claustrophobic, this movie's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, it's very claustrophobic.
There's a lot of just like them moving through really, really tight spaces, and like it just seems very difficult, which is really hard to watch. And also, like, the whole movie, they are just going deeper and deeper and
that's
deeper
what fucks me up.
into the earth.
Yeah, that's what fucks me up, because like it's
Yeah.
like, oh god, because they get like they have like a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air situation where their life gets turned upside down.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's how the movie ends.
Yeah.
You just ruined it for everyone, Holly. But as above, so below.
Whatever,
If you know
I was
what I'm
just
saying.
quoting the great Will Smith. Will Smythe.
William Smithison.
William Smythe of Willennium. Sir Willennium.
So they use a lot of, like, olden time
Talk.
philosophy and shit to get into this because they kind of have to, like, know things about, like, what were the planets doing? Like, what did we think the planets were at this time when this would have been written?
Flat.
Because there's things that was, like, the planets, and so they have to be like, okay, we thought at this time that, like, the sun was a planet, even though it wasn't. So we have to count accordingly in order for them to, like, get through things. Otherwise, like, shit will break.
Fuck, I'd be like the person to be like, oh my god, you guys, I don't have service.
Well, they're,
Wikipedia.
like, historians.
So they just, like, are Wikipedia? They're Wikipedia.
Yeah, they're Wikipedia.
She's like, I am Wikipedia.
No, honestly, Scarlett
NBD,
is
but I'm Wikipedia.
a bad beach. I don't want to say too much about. I know you like totally like to give away like everything when you talk about your movies, but like,
okay,
this one's on Netflix right now, so like it's very easy for anyone who hasn't seen this movie to watch. And if you have, go watch it again. It's October.
Also, I'd like to point out that I, at a point during the last movie, was at a spot where I was like, I don't want to ruin it, and you were like, do it.
I know, I was really into it.
You were like, tell me more, tell me more.
Was in love at first sight.
Yeah. Oh, another thing I didn't mention in the conspiracy was they kept showing the same fucking footage of the second airplane hitting the second tower on 9/11, and I was like, please stop showing. I'm like, because it's not even 90 minutes long, and I'm like, did you like not have enough time, and so you just filled the space with the same clip from 9/11?
Ew, I hate that.
And then they showed the entire they showed the entire Tyler Perry film series. I was like, Medea, boo, or whatever. Boo to Electric Boogaloo. No, they showed the whole Zapruder film of the Kennedy assassination.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like,
so basically they're just showing shock film.
Well, I mean, it all ties together. There is like John F. Kennedy they have him narrating under the film. But yeah, no, Zapruder hated the fact, like he was like, because Kennedy was like his favorite, like when he is like done film. I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast, but like as soon like that's why it finishes when it does, because he's like, oh no, John F. K, because it was like really sad. So also in 2014 the movie Unfriended came out. That was cool because it's found footage and it's all like FaceTime.
Not that this movie is good.
I hated this movie because it kept making me think that my computer screen was open.
Oh, well, that's because you watched on your computer.
Yeah,
I watched on TV.
So you weren't like, wait,
no,
what?
this movie, the first time I watched it, I literally sat in a computer chair as close to my television as I could, because you have to read a lot of stuff in it. It's literally like you're looking at someone's computer screen.
Or you're watching a foreign film.
Yeah. No, but it's literally like someone's computer screen.
It's little, yeah.
And it's basically, if you haven't seen and or heard about this movie, actually there's a new one coming out.
Really? Mm-hmm. Of this one?
It's going to be all different people, obviously.
No, I think it already came out.
Everyone dies.
Well, no, I think it already came out.
Oh.
It did. It did. The new one did come out.
It may have just come out.
I think it did because, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's basically about a group of friends who, they knew this girl who killed herself, and basically it wasn't their fault, but like they kind of bullied her.
They were 100% culpable.
It's basically the girl like is now a ghost, and she's like haunting their FaceTime.
She's the internet.
Their Skype. She's basically a Skype ghost.
She's a Skype ghost?
She's Skype ghost.
Skype ghost. Oh my god,
it's just like a really, Skype at least ghost. Like in my group of friends, it's a very quotable movie.
Skype ghost. Really?
There's just so many lines that are like, there's just a part where this one guy goes, "Fuck you, Blair," and me and Mike say that to each other all the time.
That's funny. Yeah,
I don't know, maybe other people can relate.
When I think of that movie, I only think of the main girl, because she was in Bo Burnham's. Yeah, Zack Stone is going to be famous. A lot of stuff. She's really fucking funny. So, yeah, I mean, I thought that was a cool movie.
It was fine. I mean, I would recommend it. It's a fun watch, even if you just want to watch it once.
It has, like, good
I was surprised by it. I thought it was going to be really fucking bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah. So the next I have is
That's another big thing about found footage movies is I always think they're going to be bad going into them, and then I'm usually happily surprised.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are a lot that are really bad. I mean, we barely even touched on Paranormal Activity.
It's because they're not
Good.
One of those movies I literally had to leave because I got so nauseous in the theater watching it. Don't go see those movies in theater. Like, it's okay at your home to, like, watch it, but, like, in a movie theater, I literally was like, I have to go. I forget which one it was.
It's the one where the dog dies. No, the dog dies in a lot of them.
It's the one that takes place in, like, an apartment complex.
The second one is really creepy, and it has the girl
Basically, the first, second, and third are the only ones that are, like, worth
the second
watch.
one has the girl from that show Dad really likes that just got canceled with Tim Allen.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. But it's like in syndication on like 14 other channels, so they're fine. So anywhoozle, the next we have is The Visit, which also is like kind of like through the computer's eyes because they keep FaceTiming their mom.
Okay, see, I haven't seen this one.
Okay, so
is it worth it?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's Maybe so fucking scary. I actually am not going to even say that much about it then, because I want you to know. So, but basically, it's these kids. The mom...
I've watched the beginning part.
Yeah, the mom hasn't, like...
It's a little boring at the beginning.
It gets so good. So, the mom hasn't seen her parents in a really, really long time, but the kids want to know their grandparents, so they go and stay with them, and they start acting a little weird, and they, like... It's very hard for them, for whatever reason, it's like really hard for them to get a hold of their mom. And things take a crazy ass turn, that's all I'm going to say. And it is kind of a movie that has more to it than...
You would think.
It kind of has a deeper meaning to it.
Okay.
I mean, it's like scary, but it's also like kind of sad in a way. But yeah, that's when I won't give anything away, because when like... the big twist, I was like...
Yeah, don't tell me.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna... I won't ruin that one for anybody.
That one came out, like, less than 5 years ago.
Yeah, that one came out in 2015.
So we'll, okay. So we'll, like, give it some time to not ruin it for you.
But I am gonna talk a bunch now about the Creep movies, because they are my favorite.
I tried to watch the first one, and I could not
do
it.
I fucking love Mark Duplass so much. The Duplass brothers are seriously crushing right now. They are executive producing all of the amazing... Like, anything good you see on Netflix now is basically EP'd by the Duplass brothers. And so they made this movie, or these movies, rather, and they came out onto Netflix, but they also came out... Like, you can get the DVDs of them and stuff. And it's basically... like this guy, and he hires a filmmaker to make a movie about him because he wants to give it to his son, and then you just kind of like learn like this guy is just weird, and then you're like, is this guy just a weirdo? And he becomes like obsessed with like the guy, and you just see him like following him around when like the guy doesn't know about it, but you can see it because the guy has like his camera like set up, and then you find out that Mark Duplass is filming him, too.
Yeah.
And he also has a very scary wolf mask. Also, with these movies, I don't want to give a whole lot away, because the end is
we like
really
to just
fucking crazy.
Just, what's that called?
Just when the tip?
No, well, that, but also
just a little
edging.
Taste. Oh, edging.
We're edging with you guys about these movies. We're giving you just enough, but not everything.
Well, yeah. Well, because... And also, with the Creep movies, it's going to be a trilogy.
Oh.
Because... So, Creep 2 came out in 2017. Like, at the very end. Like, the very end of the year.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's October, honestly.
It's just... Both of our birthdays are just around the corner, and then the year's over.
Dude, you know what I realized?
What?
That both of our birthdays aren't... Neither of our birthdays are in winter. Both of our birthdays are in fall.
No, my birthday's the winter solstice.
No, it's the 21st. You're a fall bitch.
I'm okay with that. My birthday is the darkest and shortest day of the year.
Scary. So, anywhoozle.
I live for it. I love when it gets dark at like 5.
Yes.
I know that's not popular opinion, but I love it.
Yeah, us people with seasonal depression.
I know.
Aren't a huge fan, but I kind of like it too. Not gonna lie, sometimes because it makes it better for watching TV.
Exactly.
And I love TV and movies, as y'all know. So Creep 2 is kind of a continuation of it. And, well, I guess I can't really talk about 2 without spoiling the fact that he is a serial killer. Mm-hmm. And so...
I don't think that's ruining too much. I think that's
implied.
I mean,
it's implied.
You know he's not the best.
Well, you know that he's a... But I won't give away, like, the details of his, like... I won't give away his, like, MO or anything.
Give away it to me when we turn this off, though.
You want... Oh, right, I'll tell you, right. Yeah, because you don't care. So yeah, the second one is kind of diving more into his character instead of... Like, the first one is more from the point of view of this guy who gets hired by this whack job. Mm-hmm. And this one is a girl who gets hired by this whack job, but it's more him. Like, he's filming a lot of things himself.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking crazy. It's
just as good as the first?
Just as good, if not better.
Wow.
Honestly, it was amazing. And you know what? Spoiler alert, you get to see that D.
Whose?
Mark Duplass.
Why?
Because why not show male frontal nudity in a movie, Morgan? We see girls' titties all the time, and you know what? They didn't show her tits.
You know what I'd rather see? Girls' titties than full frontal dude dick that I don't want to see.
Well, I mean, same.
Ask for my permission before you put a dick on the screen.
No. Okay, well, that's a conversation we can have at a different time.
Just kidding.
Well, no, but I mean, like, I thought it was really cool that, like, because they always show, you know, girls' tits and, like, pussy lips, and, like, but they never show a guy's dick.
Do they always show pussy lips?
They all, you know, those
I don't
movies.
think so. Boobies for sure.
No, haven't you ever seen
They show dudes'
Schindler's
butts a lot.
List? I'm just kidding. Yeah, they show dudes' butts. They
Not
only show
talk
dudes'
about
butts. They talk about
the original found footage.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. It's not really. It's based. It is based on a true story.
Well, we know.
Anyways, why are we talking about that? Okay,
You brought it up.
Anyhoozle, I did. I just downloaded the theme the other day. It's actually quite beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. So yeah, watch Creep. That's not one I want to get super duper into.
Yeah, y'all.
So
holla.
yeah, holla.
So we're like, found footage movies are going to continue to happen.
Obviously.
I'm hoping for some really good ones. Shut up, Paul. I'm going to push you off my bed. You're being a smart ass tonight.
Obviously, more movies are going to happen.
Found footage.
You heard it here, folks. You've heard it here first, folks. Movies still gonna be a thing.
Literally push you off my bed.
No.
All right, guys, you know where to Snapchat us at.
Shut up. We don't even have a Snapchat account, you dumb idiot.
I know, I'm kidding. I know.
Yeah, you know. You know
okay,
where.
everyone out there who pray that I don't get strep for a third time, because it's really fucking with me, you guys. I'm going stir crazy from being in my apartment.
For anyone who has masturbation sigils, please just add me to them.
Me
good
too.
Luck.
Add my throat to them.
Put good energy out into there. Synchronicity is real. It will happen to you. Ask for it and it will come.
True. If you say, I want pizza, and then you order a pizza, you'll get it. Maybe, actually. I had a Grubhub situation the other day where me and Maria ordered pizza after we went to that Cubs game.
Oh, yeah, and it never came until the morning.
The Cubs game. They lost.
Shut
so
up.
happy.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Yeah,
we
so me
always
and Maria
talk about
ordered
how
a
we hate-
fucking... Are
you going to tell the whole pizza story right now?
We ordered pizza and like Grubhub said that it was delivered and it wasn't, and they left it just outside.
That's really rude.
How are you gonna just leave my pizza outside? Like excuse me.
Someone could have come.
Did I have 2 hot dogs and 2 different types of nachos at the game? Yes. Did I still want pizza? Yes.
Yeah. Did we vape in front of our mom? Yeah. Did Morgan fucking sell me down the river?
When?
Literally as soon as mom saw.
I was the only one not vaping, so I was like...
Yeah, you threw me...
I just said wasn't me based. I basically just shaggied it, okay?
Yeah, you shaggied me and Maria hard, okay?
Sorry.
But what were you talking
one.
about before? And you're just my sister. Wait, what were you talking about before? No, pizza. Speaking of pizza, there's a found footage movie just called Pizza, but it looked pretty bad, so didn't watch Pizza.
Hey guys,
so on that
go
note,
watch Pizza.
Go watch Pizza. Have a good day.
Bye guys, love you.
Go fuck yourself.